Archangel Michael says, "This will be the most wonderful day of your life, but you are making a very big mistake. Please don't do that. Hear me, child. I am near to you in this exact breath, nearer than your heartbeat, closer than the thought that just rose and vanished. I saw you reaching for what you thought would calm you. I saw your fingers hover over that decision that looks small in the mirror of 5 minutes but becomes a mountain when the sun moves across the sky. I am placing my hand over yours now, gently but firmly. Stop. Look at me. There is a door opening, and it bears your name in letters you did not carve. This is the hour I preserved for you when others were sleeping and when you believed your season had gone. It has not. Your season is stepping forward wearing light. You have been pacing inside a room of anxious questions, measuring yourself by what was taken from you and what hasn't arrived yet. But you are not defined by thefts or delays. You are defined by my breath in your lungs and my inscription over your future. The mistake waiting at your feet is a shortcut that leads you away from the meadow I prepared. A shortcut is a song that begins loud and ends as ash. Do not trade the field of first harvest for a box of glittering dust. I see the message you considered sending, the compromise you thought of accepting, the old pattern that pretends to be comfort while secretly building a cage. That is not for you. The promise is for you. I was with you in the room where you whispered that you were tired of being strong. I did not rebuke that whisper. I received it like a small bird into my hands. I do not ask you to pretend you feel no pain. I ask you to place your pain where it can be restored, not where it will be renamed as your identity. The enemy has offered you a mirror that is a lie, curved to make you appear smaller, older, more guilty, less chosen. Throw it down. Look into me. See how your name fits perfectly in the sentence of my love. Today can become the bright hinge between the old hallway and the new garden. There is grace in the air that has not visited your house before. It is standing at your door with shoes already dusty from running to you. If you open now, the footsteps of blessing will be louder than the rumors of fear. But if you cling to this almost choice, this familiar mistake with a fresh coat of urgency, you will walk in a circle and call it progress. I do not want circles for you. I have written out a path that is curved only by beauty and honest turns. You have asked me for a sign, and I have sent many, the unexpected message that softened your chest, the stranger's kindness that felt oddly personal, the delay that protected you from a trap you did not have bandwidth to see. Do not label these as coincidences just because they were quiet. My quiet is not absence. It is the soft fabric I wrap around miracles before I reveal them. You were not overlooked. You were hidden until the light could do you justice. The wonderful day I promised is not a fantasy, it is a timetable aligned with obedience. Obedience is not a chain, it is a key. It unlocks rooms you thought belonged to other people. When you refuse the small mistake, you grant permission for the large breakthrough to find you with clarity. Heaven's strategy for you in this hour is simple. Step back from the ledge you called inevitable. Step forward onto the path you thought was too clean to be yours. Your story does not require scandal to become powerful. It requires surrender to become accurate. I have raised Archangel Michael to stand with you like a sentinel at the door of choices. He is not here to frighten you but to announce seriousness. The atmosphere has shifted. The plans that formed against your joy are brittle now. A single yes to me fractures them. But the habit you were reaching for would strengthen those plans again. Do not feed your adversary with your attention. Feed your destiny with your focus. Say aloud, even softly, I choose what heaven is choosing. You will feel the room change. There is a person whose words have pressed into your decisions like fingerprints in wet clay. Release their influence. Honor does not require surrendering your steering wheel. Compassion does not mean abandoning discernment. I watched you believe that making yourself small would keep the peace. That peace was only silence wearing a mask. I am giving you a new peace that speaks and still loves, that sets boundaries and still blesses. The wonderful day opens most fully for those who let go of what dims their awareness of me. Do not be afraid of the empty chair that will appear when you choose differently. I will fill the empty chair with timing, with a trustworthy face, with an opportunity that does not ask you to betray your own heart to gain it. When you say no to what is crooked, you are not rejecting your future, you are reserving a seat for it. I have already called ahead for your table. You have walked many nights with two voices in your ear, one that names you by your past and one that names you by my promise. The voice of the past recycles the same 5 stories and sprinkles them with dread. The voice of promise speaks a sentence you have never heard before and it fills you with both relief and courage. Follow the sentence that requires courage. It is the one I am speaking. The mistake waiting today looks like ease. It will cost more than you can see from here. It will ask small compromises at first and then demand larger ones with a smile that critiques you when you hesitate. It is not a partner, it is a parasite. You were not designed to fuel what diminishes you. You were designed to open corridors of blessing in rooms that have only known echo. When you refuse what is lesser, angels move chairs, unlock cabinets, return what was labeled permanently misplaced. You think I speak in lightning only. I also speak in keys clicking, in emails that land at the exact minute, in a name that comes to mind with clarity that cleans your chest of worry. Do not rush today. Urgency is sacred only when it belongs to me. The enemy imitates it to push you into rooms I never rented for you. If you must do anything quickly, let it be this: quickly decline the path that requires secrecy and shame to function. Quickly return to the decision that aligns with who you are when you are most honest in the presence of no audience. Quickly tell yourself the truth about what you want, not just relief, but real joy. Not just distraction, but inheritance. I remember the promise you made to yourself many months ago, that you would no longer apologize for existing, that you would no longer dim your own wisdom to secure temporary companionship. I took that promise seriously. I have been editing your circle ever since. It felt like loss because subtraction always speaks louder at first. But I was clearing a runway. You will see why soon. The plane cannot land where the field is crowded with abandoned furniture. Your hands have been faithful even when your eyes were tearful. Do you think I missed the day you kept serving through your quiet ache? I reckon such days as days of seed, and I am not unjust to forget any of it. You will not reap in a field you did not plant. I am returning you to your own ground. When you stand there, you will know it because peace will feel like strength instead of numbness. Joy will feel like clarity instead of noise. Provision will feel like alignment instead of performance. Do not sabotage the harvest by accepting counterfeit fruit. Counterfeit fruit is always flashy and always tasteless. The real kind looks humble, then surprises you with nourishment that lingers. The person I am sending will respect your boundaries without negotiating them away. The opportunity one am opening will honor your values without asking you to turn them into marketing copy. The door I am unlocking will not squeak suspiciously, it will swing wide with natural grace. You will feel me in the hinge. You will also feel resistance because every great opening is noticed by the one who fears your freedom. That resistance may wear familiar faces or old guilt. Meet it with stillness, not debate. Angels argue better than you do, let them. Your job is to stay in agreement with what I said last night and what I am repeating now. If you do not know what I said, listen, I called you beloved. I called you necessary. I called you timely. I called you repaired, not because you never broke, but because I am the one who mends and I do not leave seam lines that shame you. Your scars are wisdom written in your skin, not labels pasted on your identity. You have wondered if you wasted years. I answer you, nothing sown in tears is wasted when placed in my hands. I reroute time in ways you cannot map. I place acceleration where others assume delay. I gather the crumbs of courage from seasons when you thought you were only surviving, and I bake them into bread that feeds a future you believed belonged to others. Eat and be strengthened. Then walk where you were afraid to look. This is the moment to renounce the pattern of saying yes to what hurts you because you are tired of waiting for what heals you. Speak with me now, even quietly. Say, I say yes to the path that honors my soul. I say no to the decision that drains my spirit. I choose the promise over the parody. Heaven hears such sentences as contracts, and angels take them to the places where the logistics are arranged. There will be a sign today, something that looks small but lands like a bright coin in your pocket. You will know it because you will smile before you can explain why. Do not dismiss it. Honor the small sign and the larger gate will notice. Gratitude is not a performance, it is a way of seeing that keeps doors propped open. I am also addressing the fear that you will be punished for finally choosing joy. You have confused punishment with pruning. Punishment takes from you to prove a point. Pruning removes what cannot carry fruit so that what carries fruit can multiply. What felt like loss was me exercising care at a level you did not yet have language for. I am not angry with you. I am jealous for your wholeness. I will not share you with the lies that call themselves familiar. There is a message you considered sending today out of insecurity. Do not send it. It seeks reassurance from a well that has always run dry. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom that allows better conversations to find you. Instead, send the message to yourself that you have been waiting to hear from others. I am proud of the strength I showed. I forgive the version of me that didn't know better. I bless the version of me that is arriving. When you speak like this, you become a safe place for your own future. The wonderful day is not a flare that burns fast and leaves you in the dark again. It is a sunrise that will keep rising as you walk. Before it is over, something once labeled impossible will move closer to, of course. A name that carried pain will lose its volume. A door that kept closing will learn the shape of staying open. The weight between your eyes will lift and you will notice colors again. I will return laughter to your breath like a friend who knew where you lived all along. But hear me, do not pick up what I am taking away just because it cries your name one more time. The cry is not love, it is hunger for the fuel you no longer owe. When the phone rings with the tone of your old self, let it ring. When the message comes draped in flattery, let it pass by. When the offer arrives with pressure and praise braided together, cut it. I am protecting you from a cycle that cannot survive in joy. Joy is not fragile. Joy is a strong room with windows open to healthy weather. You have assignments being delivered to your heart even now. One is to rest on purpose, not as a collapse. Rest that is chosen makes space for ideas that have been knocking softly. Another assignment is to tidy the corner of your life that you always avoid. Order is not about perfection, it is about agreement with abundance. When you make a little order, abundance knows where to sit. The third assignment is to bless someone without announcing it. Private kindness breaks public curses. Do not worry about missing the moment. The moment is not a train that leaves while you tie your shoes. The moment is a companion who waits at your gate because I told it to. It will unfold through conversations that feel honest and opportunities that feel like they have been waiting for you specifically. You will not need to become someone else to step into them. You will become more of who you already are when you are not afraid. To the part of you that still expects disappointment, I am not a fluctuating verdict. I am a steady river. Plant your decisions by this river and they will not wither when the weather changes. When people change their minds, I remain. When circumstances confuse the news, my word stays true. You can build here. You can love here. You can breathe here. You can begin again here without condemning the version of you that tried to begin before. I am healing the memory that keeps replaying at the wrong moments. It will not be erased as if it never happened. It will be redeemed so it loses its power to script your next scene. The person who harmed you does not get to be your narrator. Hand me the pen. I write with tenderness and authority, and I never waste ink on shame. If you are afraid of being alone, know this: you are surrounded. Not by noise, but by presence. Michael stands at the threshold. Other angels carry what you cannot lift right now, you will lift again soon. I am here, not as an inspector, but as a father who delights in the sound of your footsteps when they move toward hope. When you breathe and decide to wait for what is clean, heaven celebrates like it hears a song it loves. Now, about that decision. Lay it down. Not later, now. When you release it, say it simply: I return this to heaven. I choose the table prepared for me. Then do not rush to fill the space with another almost. Let the space breathe. I will fill it. The filling may begin with a call that surprises you, a door that someone else forgot to lock, a check mark next to the application you thought had been ignored, a message from a person whose character is quiet and strong. You will not have to wonder if you are betraying yourself to accept it. You will feel your shoulders drop in relief. I am teaching you to trust me in the middle, not just at the beginning and the end. The middle is where most people compromise because the middle feels endless. Your middle has a map. Take the next small step, delete what tempts you backward, organize what makes room for forward, speak what aligns you with truth. These steps may not trend, but they open the hidden staircase. You will find yourself in rooms you once only visited in prayer. Do not apologize for being chosen. Being chosen does not mean others are rejected, it means you are responsible to carry the light placed in your hands. Carry it humbly, and it will multiply without you forcing it. You will notice that people who truly see you will arrive without you performing for them. Performance exhausts. Presence restores. Choose presence. If tears come while you read this, let them come. They are holy water washing dust from your courage. You do not have to explain your tears to anyone. Wipe your face and stand. The posture of your heart is changing the shape of your day. Angels read posture like a signal. You are signaling that you are ready to walk in rooms that match your integrity. Those rooms are opening. I bless your phone to bring good news today. I bless your door to welcome joy and to politely filter what cannot stay. I bless your mind to experience quiet pockets where answers land without strain. I bless your hands to hold what is new without dropping what is essential. I bless your feet to find paths that fit, not shoes that blister. I bless your sleep tonight to become a workshop for clarity and a theater for gentle dreams that leave peace behind when they finish. Return to the simple practices that keep you aligned. Drink water and remember that I called myself living water. Step outside, even for a moment, and let the sky correct your perspective. Write 3 sentences of honest gratitude, let them be clumsy if they must. Tell the truth in love where you have been pretending for the sake of comfort. Comfort built on pretending is a couch that caves in. Comfort built on truth is a home. I am not merely improving your life, I am restoring accuracy to your identity. You are not the desperate one chasing crumbs. You are not the guilty one buying approval with silence. You are not the last pick standing on the edge of a field. You are my beloved, centered in a plan that preceded your fear and will outlast it. You are the one for whom I preserve this hour. Archangel Michael says again, this will be the most wonderful day of your life, but you are making a very big mistake, please don't do that. Take my hand instead. Choose the door with the quiet glow, not the hallway with the noisy promises. I will meet you at the threshold and walk with you through. You will feel it in your chest, the click of alignment, the lift of unnecessary weight, the hopeful ache giving way to simple, sustainable joy. Now breathe. Choose. Step. I am with you. This message is for you and you alone, and it reaches you at the right second because heaven is precise and loving, and today a gate opens above you and light pours down like warm rain, and God says, listen child of breath and dust and dream, listen to the quiet thread that has followed you since the first night you cried in secret when you thought no one could hear, because I heard you then and I hear you now, and I am closer than your pulse and gentler than your next inhale, and stronger than the fear that keeps rehearsing endings that have not come and will not come. And Archangel Michael stands beside you with a sword that is not for wounding but for clearing the path, and he says it will be the most wonderful day of your life, but you are making a very big mistake. Please don't do that. Don't choose the small story when the larger story has already chosen you. Don't talk yourself out of the life that has been quietly building inside your yes. Do not postpone the kindness you owe yourself. Do not reduce your worth to the opinions that did not know how to love you. Do not call your brilliance too much and hide it under apologies. Do not accept counterfeit promises from people who trade in doubt. Do not spend another hour arguing for your limitations when heaven is arguing for your liberation. Open this now, open this truth, open this softness inside your brave chest, and feel how I have never left you, not in the rooms that smelled like worry, not in the mornings you dressed your sadness and called it discipline, not in the nights you scrolled past your own soul looking for a sign that was already glowing behind your ribs. I am that glow, I am that whisper, I am the unruined center that will not break even when everything else feels like glass. And today I am telling you to step across the line you drew when you thought survival was all you could afford, because survival is not the same as life, and you were made for life and for laughter that tastes like clean Water, and for work that feels like prayer, and for rest that feels like trust, and for love that does not make you smaller to keep itself comfortable. You are not here to audition for belonging, you already belong, and the papers were signed with your first heartbeat. And Archangel Michael leans toward you and says you are being tempted to delay the beginning by perfecting a plan that only needs your courage. You are being tempted to stay where you have learned every contour of your fear and call that wisdom. You are being tempted to dim your joy because others have chosen shadows, but their shadows are not your home, and their storms are not your weather, and their noise is not your name. Your name is light carried through a valley. Your name is dawn practicing its first color. Your name is the promise that keeps surviving the winter in you. And God says, I know the secret ache you keep behind your practiced smile. I know the letter you never sent. I know the apology you owe yourself for all the times you believed the voice that told you you were an accident or an afterthought or almost. You are none of these. You are a deliberate wonder. You are a crafted miracle. You are woven of my intention and breathed by my delight, and there is nothing accidental about you. The timing of this message is not accidental either, because there is a hinge in your story today, a hinge that swings open when you forgive yourself for being a beginner again, when you forgive those who could not stay, not because what they did was small, but because your freedom is bigger. When you forgive the version of you that learned to expect so little and called it realism, this realism was only a disguise for grief, and grief is a faithful teacher, but it is not a throne you need to live on forever. Come down, child, come closer. Let me show you the table I am setting in the open, where the air is kind. You will eat and be satisfied, and your laughter will be medicine to others who forgot how to taste their own joy. And Michael says you worry about the how as if the promise depended on your diagrams, but heaven moves like water finding its path, and you are not responsible for the river. You are responsible for not damming it with your fear. He rests the point of the sword on the ground, and the earth hums with an old courage, the kind your ancestors prayed you would remember. And God says the mistake you are about to make is the same mistake that steals many gentle lives. It is the choice to shrink when the door opens, the choice to delay your yes until you feel deserving, when your yes is the doorway to becoming the kind of person who feels deserving. You do not wait for the courage to act, you act, and the courage arrives. You do not wait for certainty, you move with trust and learn that certainty has always been a fruit, not a seed you carry. And because you have asked for a sign, let the next breath be the sign. Let the warmth rising through you be the sign. Let the sudden memory of a childhood dream be the sign. Let the quiet voice that says begin anyway be the sign. Begin anyway, even if your hands tremble, even if your voice wobbles, even if the floor of your past rattles with old doubts. Your trembling is not a verdict, it is proof that you are near something holy. And Archangel Michael smiles with fierce tenderness and says, I will stand at your door tonight, and you will sleep without that familiar weight on your chest, because I will keep watch, and the fear that likes to whisper second guesses into the dark will find no chair to sit in here. And when you wake, your first thought will be gentler, and your second thought will be braver, and your third thought will be gratitude. And gratitude is a key that fits every lock. Child, listen, there are people waiting for the sound your life will make when you stop muting it. There are rooms that will feel different the moment you enter them, because your presence carries repair. There are friendships you have not met yet that will make you feel the way spring makes the field feel. There is work only your hands can complete, not because you are burdened, but because you are trusted. There is a sentence only your mouth can speak that will interrupt someone's despair with a new possibility. There is a prayer only your body can become, and you are becoming it now. Even reading this